Hello everyone, welcome to a meeting every week. Sean and myself meeting ourselves, inquiring, asking a question about the way we perceive life and how the condition basically limit us to be who we are without knowing who we are. So Sean, what do you like today to put the intention?
The intention for today, I think, as always, is clarity. And then as more specific, it's in the words of your latest podcast, I know you did, was confidence. And what does confidence mean, and how can we really return home in a world while still being involved in a world without the distractions? And how can we know the difference between distraction and true self?
Beautiful question. So I invite everyone, the one that is watching or will watch later. I love to start the meeting today and reflect by really experience, because what we all hear, it's a concept. This specific concept, I call it absolute knowledge. What does it mean, absolute knowledge? The subject and the way we talk about ourselves, it's pointing to us beyond what we are not. So if we don't have direct experience of what we are talking about, it becomes useless. We have to memorize, we have to remember, we have to pretend many times. I'm not afraid, but I experience fear. How does it help? So I will start with first connecting. Okay. Everything start with going inside ourselves, confident, being confident. It's for me very clear that I am with myself, within myself, outside of myself, always connect consciously or unconsciously. So when I can be with myself, when I don't want to be with myself, when people judge me, when I lost my money, when I have a hard time, when it's challenge for me, the moment I can handle being with what is, for me, this is the ultimate confidence. It's not a confident about something else, someone that I am dependent on, situation, particular feelings. So how to practice that and put it into use so we can leave the theory alone is daily practice. First, everything you do, being aware that you connect to your physical body, external, internal, because the body is always living the present moment. So when we are aware that now I'm speaking, the body is moving, I'm resting, I'm already practice mindfulness means to be with what is as it is. When I feel good within myself, easier for me to stay with myself. When I feel challenged with myself, it's more challenge not to distract myself and running away from the inner feeling that I don't like. I want to get rid of it. And the way in the last 20 years, I will find every day small steps, small repetitions, effortless, no effort, no struggling. Just come back to the body and come back to observe, to watch what is as it is. No need to understand, no need to label, no need to analyze, no need to manipulate, to control. And I say no need, but thought will arise, identification will arise. That's okay. But slowly something within all of us start to wake up as a witness. So in the beginning, I think I'm the witness. But with time, there is recognition, there is a witness. It's not mine or yours. It is just a witness. Then thought will label what was being witnessed. So when I don't witness anything, means when there is no sensation, there is no thoughts, there is no experience, the witness recognize itself by itself. It doesn't need anyone else. So let's be the witness for a few minutes. And it's simple, ordinary practice. Choose any position you want. What's important? That you're comfortable, no stress on your body, and your back is clean. Means you don't lean back. You want the center of your body to wake up. Yes, in the beginning, it's a little bit challenge because lower back sometimes hurting, but that's how it's waking up. So really build it, few minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes during the day. It's like reset your computer physically and mentally. And then it's useful in the beginning to close your eyes. Why to close your eyes? Because our eyes, it's very much external. When I open my eyes, my condition is to be and focus on what is there. And for that practice, I want to find what is inside the body. So I close my eyes, I relax my body, and I'm like a baby, watching whatever I am watching. It doesn't really matter. If it's the breath sometime, if it's a tension in the body, if it's a sensation, and then suddenly the thoughts start to, okay, what can we do? How can I fix it? There, it's not really matter how you do it. You notice that you relax. And with the time, this little bird that I call start to slow down by itself until it will be quiet and quieter and quieter. So we notice the sensation in the body. If we recognize tension, physical tension, just relax physically. So you aware that there is no tension at all in your body. And if breath helping you to relax, it's fine. No method. The only practice is to go within and be familiar with the space, not the space between the objects, the space that does not have limitation. We are not looking for something to experience, to know anything. You will not find anything. All what you find, you are alive in constant change because it's an experience. It's an experience that the mind is labeled as pleasant, unpleasant, important, not important, difficult, not difficult. Okay, that's the condition of the mind. We don't fight with that. We are not training the mind like an army train. We just give the opportunity for the mind to relax. Same for the body. It's like the image that I have that when people jump into empty space physically, and they are so stressed until they get to the water or they get to the ground, and they forgot that while the body is like a stone is going down naturally, can I relax? Can the mind relax in this moment when he doesn't want to relax? When he tried to control himself, he's looking for peace, clarity, connection. It's this condition becoming, wow, to practice being, I don't have to know. Every baby doing it so naturally. That's the practice to remind ourselves, what does it mean to be without understanding, without achieving? And the body can help you. The inner body, the physical body, will support the mind not to have so much compulsing thinking because it's tangible. If you observe your sensation right now, you even scan your body from the top to the bottom, you start to be familiar with the movement. Yes, it is meaningless, but who cares? I'm aware of the change. Every time I'm attached to the change, I'm attaching to a thoughts, memory, which is already gone. And if you really want to achieve the highest confidence, which is a concept by itself, directly experience being here when you don't want to be here. Acknowledge the pain, the struggling, the tension, and you will say, I'm here. I like it, I don't like it. I'm very confident that I don't have a choice. I'm here. They taught us, they conditioned us to control, to follow, to achieve, ambition, to prove everyone I exist. Do I really need any proof from anyone, from any object that I am exist? Being aware of I am alive. Whatever happening is changing and I'm alive. That's not gonna change. The experience gonna change. The meaning of the experience, the personality, constant change, no problem. Without losing the aliveness within us, the awareness within us. This is how I like to start today and talk and see that to seek to become a confident, comfortable, secure being, it's a big illusion because we might achieve it by do few $1 million. We might achieve it by having great family, people respect us. But everything that we are going to achieve, the nature of achieving is to change. And then we will call it, we lost it. And then fear will arise. How can I make the change to appear never change? Silly I am. It's not possible. So why not to enjoy, to connect to the change that comes and goes, and not to forget who is here, always present, always alive within oneself. Just this practice, you do it anywhere. in the airport, traveling, in your bed, waking up in the morning, at the night. Don't limit yourself. Don't make it as a dogma, religion. That's the way I have to wear white. I have to have cross leg. I need to have a specific mantra. Anything is good. Anything is good. And the indication is that can you close your eyes and be with yourself when you get message that you don't want to get, when you have challenge in your body, when you lost everything? Can you close your eyes, take deep breath, and recognize who you are, who is alive within you, that it's not dependent on any movement, any change, any meaning? So if anyone wants to ask question about how to, because people love to ask me many questions, but Yigal, can you show me how to? How can I control? How can I achieve what they imagine I achieve? Because if you ask me, am I a comfortable, confident being, secure, powerful, wise, whatever words I get from people, and to be authentic, truth with myself, real with myself, I don't know that I am. It's just concept that I cannot achieve. So I just choose by being chosen to be it because I'm a loser. I remember when I shift, coming back and being here, connect to what is, adjust to what is, adapt to what is. Some of my friends will laugh at me and say, if no ambition, if no goals, you will be behind. You will be nothing. You will need us, that we will protect you. And yes, I thought like that. I had fear, but something very deep within me already recognized it's not true. First, I want to connect to this moment that never change. Then yes, business, family, I agree with all of it. It is not contradict. But first has to come first. If anyone that listen within oneself, if you want ever to experience security, that it's not dependent on anything, to connect and experience, I'm confident with the unknown. I'm confident with nothing and everything because I'm rooted into the refuge, the recognition, the direct recognition of who I am. And it's not theory, it's not a philosophy. Everyone, knowingly or ignorantly, experience that every moment. So, do you have anything that is very much to bring clarity if there is no clarity?
I think I could have just continued listening to you for the next 40 minutes, but a few things did come up. I too remember throughout a lot of my teen years, I thought I lacked what I thought was confidence. And it sent me on this journey to try and learn about how to become more confident. I read books and watched videos and listened to countless methods about how to become confident. And I never became confident despite all of this knowledge, despite everything that I was trying to add on to myself. And then I've realized now that it is the absence of the knowing how to something that confidence really arises. And I love the way you put it. And confidence is simply being at peace or comfortable with what is internally and externally. And I noticed even when I was taking a walk before this talk, I had a lot of thoughts in my mind. It was very busy. I was watching a TV show earlier on. I was thinking about career. I was thinking about all these things. And so I went for a walk, and I had this sudden sense of peace when I came back to the realization and this thought that you can return home, return to the present moment anytime, despite how busy your mind is, despite how distracted you might be. You can always have access to presence and to source. And that alone was just such a beautiful thought to start to slow me down. And I would love to embark more on this concept of distraction. Because in that meditation, it struck me that there are some feelings within us, some sensations and spaces that we can explore that we don't want to go to and fully experience sometimes. It might be trauma, it might be simply a insecurity or some suppressed feeling that we don't want to really delve into because maybe we're scared of what that might mean. And it's struck me as really, well, I'm very curious about how we can take these baby steps into diving into those spaces inside us that are what is, that we may not want to really go into, and why that is. Why do sometimes we suppress these so-called negative feelings? And also, what does that reflect? How do we, not to make this question too long, but what does that do to the outside world? So if there's something I'm not able to touch in myself, I'm not able to have compassion for it in the world, or to really connect with it anywhere. So I'll throw that out
So,
there.
yes, it's to make it simple and available to all of us. The first recognition that I'm over and over recognize, I am a conditioned being. What does it mean to be a conditioned being? And if I don't observe it, I will never be able to experience that. Now, from the first day in my life, when I came to the body, they conditioned me. My parents, my lovely parents, brought this tradition for many generations to condition me to build my personality through like and dislike, pleasure and pain. So I realized there is no reason anymore for me to ask why I'm avoiding pain. It's many repetitions. Like I speak English because I repeat it over and over and over. So to be able to make a shift, it starts from recognition. I acknowledge that I'm a conditioned being, conditioned man, that some of the condition was good until now. I don't judge myself, or if I judge myself, I see it's not going to support me. What I did until now, it's over. If I understand or I don't understand, I forgive myself or not forgive myself, whatever it is, it's waste of energy. The moment I recognize that my old condition, habits, way of taking action is not anymore bringing me close to me. Okay, even me, which I refer to the ego, there is the peaceful ego and there is the warrior ego, the one that fight all the time. Because I very much want people to understand we don't get rid of anything, nothing. We born as a miracle, perfect machine. We don't have to take anything out or to add anything if we don't want to. What we can do, waking up. What does it mean to wake up? Is to recognize the way I function in my life. All the condition, the relationship, the interaction, the belief system, all of it needs to reevaluate and observe and see some of them are not working anymore. And some of us for many years wants to change, but they don't because they feel sometimes they don't have the power, they don't have the ability, they are not aware enough, it's stronger than them, they slave by it, many concepts. So what is the baby steps? What is the first is exactly where you are right now. To all the people that now listening and hearing these words, that it's not mine, it's the words that floating in the space. And they say, yes, there is something there. This guy, they tend to point towards me as a speaker that it's my knowledge. No, it's my experience, and I express through this body the theory of the experience. So that's the first steps. Being here, listen, take a notes, and find out for yourself before you do anything, before you fix anything, before you jump and try to control your life. Sit for a moment, connect to your body. Basic. Connect to your body, connect to your sensation. And notice how much condition is to avoid unpleasant sensation. But now from a different angle, not from the angle that judge yourself, criticize yourself, harsh on yourself. No, just expose. Know oneself. By, wow, I don't have patience with this nonsense. I don't like this sensation. When this sensation will pass away. That's all what I did in the first few years. When people call it meditation, I call it to observe and notice so much sensation within me that I don't even want to look, to deal with, to merge into it, to connect to it, to acknowledge it. Use any words that you like. But that's really the beginning and the end of self-realization. Of course, there is more and more ability for us to acquire, but that's when we can sit. It's remind me coming to a group and I didn't feel so comfortable. And my condition is to talk, to tell story about me, to make a show how special I am, because I didn't know how to handle coming to the room and be quiet and just to observe them, just to be with them without feeling that I'm not weird and how they think about me. And maybe they think I'm not a person that know how to express myself and I'm not confident and blah, blah, blah. So no one remind me when I was young that I have all the knowledge to be myself with everyone. And when people start to say something wrong with you, are you sick? Why you're not talking? Why you look shy? And within me, I realize that's the right direction because that's the opposite of the everyone condition, the society condition. And going to nature, I don't talk with the trees, with the rivers, try to understand the birds. I just walk into nature and I feel there is some agreement. Is I can be myself. I don't have to hide. Nobody understands me. I believe the trees are not judging me. As soon as I step into a mall, friends party, then the thought come, what they are thinking about me. What is it that I think about them? So being aware of this process, start to wake up within ourselves. And the tendency is to look for a journey, to look for a path, which is great because that's the condition. Don't deny that. I see we have to use everything. It's not suddenly you are in some place that you feel comfortable. And less than a moment, I move you to the other side of the world that you don't feel comfortable. The ego will freak out. So because we condition through time, we undo the condition through time. Although time is not exist, but it doesn't really matter. It has to have direct experience. Where is time exist when I don't think? But as long as the time exists for me, I can direct the energy to take step by step to expose myself to the unpleasant sensation, to the pain, to the discomfort. And the more I stretch it, the more space for me not to run away. And it's everything we use the same mechanism. If it is a business world, if it's a fitness world, if it's food, children, family, it's all about me being aware of myself and how conditioned I am to be in relationship with everything around me.
Mhm.
And that's how I recognize myself. That's the beauty of being in a relationship with the world and not to denial because I read a quote that there is no relationship, there is only one, pure consciousness. And I can connect to it, but as long as I don't experience it moment by moment, I have to work with what I experience. And in this case, I experience duality. I can work with duality that will lead me to the direct experience that duality is two parts of the whole.
Mhm.
And as long as I'm not have direct experience of the whole, I don't see that I will never be able to reach 100% security.
Mhm.
And the condition is we put, as you said, so many action and we try so much to secure the unknown and we overlook the unknown always will be unknown. We don't need to know the unknown. We can come back to what is being known right now. And the more I don't need to know the unknown, I'm comfortable, I'm confident with the unknown because I have alternative. I'm not just there in the air, lost, which some people say, okay, I don't believe what is happening, and I'm not afraid of the unknown. And then I go to a different dimension, which is called delusion. I denial. No, each of us has to be 100% honest with what we feel. Don't pretend. It doesn't work. As long as I pretend I identified with duality, I connect and work with duality. When I have direct experience of non-dual, nothing to explain. When you experience it, everyone will experience it, consciously or unconsciously, because this is what it is.
Yeah, beautiful. I appreciate a lot of that. It comes to mind so much that when someone says confidence, I think wholeness. And wholeness is that experience of being not separate from what is. And if there's a part in us that we are denying or are not acknowledging, we're rejecting part of the whole, we're no longer whole. And I also find it really interesting to try and tie this back into relating to others and creating beautiful relationships, not just intimate relationships, but our day to day interactions with people. And there's a quote that came to mind, and it simply goes, when we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. And I found when I have been at peace with myself and I am in a state of wholeness, and I'm just present with someone and I'm present with myself, it allows other people to then, we give them permission in a sense to relax themselves. Like this is what I very much get away from all of these sessions and conversations I have with you, just by the very nature of you being present. It allows me to enter that space. And so, in terms of relating to others, because we can't expect and place expectations on how another will make us feel, but if we go to self and we can reconnect with that wholeness, from my direct experience, that's what makes relationships so rich. And that's what really connects us to others, and hence that confidence piece. So I'm curious on just that dynamic and what I've been talking about with almost, I wanted to run this by you, but as a leader, as a concept, or as a friend, how we influence other people from a place of self and truth versus disillusion and distracted.
Yes, and that's basically happening naturally when I come back to be here and be able to be with what I feel. So I don't have to worry what other people feels, because whatever it will affect as a reflection, I can handle it. What is to be confident? I know that I can handle everything. I don't have choice. But the condition is being afraid of the unknown and how far the pain can be. And all my life, I thought that if I'm gonna lose, it's also gonna lose me. But I didn't recognize that me is not me. Me is not the original me. So I just shift the attention of my own business and what I experience, people around me, they just make use of the light, like the light that we have in the house. You can turn on the light and everyone can use it. Everyone using it in their way, in their flavor. The moment I recognize that it's not true, that I want to influence people, guide people, lead them to some place, I'm confused. I don't really know what you need or what anyone needs. I only recognize when I forgot who I am, when I was identified with what I am not. My life was mess, lots of sorrow, confusion, fear, aggression. So all the solution of becoming, doesn't matter what name of the coaching or what name of the method, to become stronger, to become clear, powerful. And there is many in the market. Self embrace, all of it. It support me at that time. It showing me different angle, but I couldn't rely on it because this is also gonna change. So when I have this recognition, which called self-reminder, to see that who I am is not really a fact, but what I'm not. And they work as team. It's one. Who I am and what I am not is the same thing. The recognition support me moment by moment, naturally less and less attached to something that I'm not. It's not because you're telling me that. It's not because someone else or my old experience telling me that I am not the change. It's directly experienced right now. That everything changing through my experience of thought level, and I'm alive through all the change. And I don't even to say what kind of meaning of this aliveness. It doesn't really matter. Unless I'm looking for particular experience of being alive, which is exciting, enthusiasm. The moment there is a recognition of the change, and I'm okay with the change, especially when it's unpleasant. This is the most threatening in the past, because I was in obsessions of maximum pleasure, minimum pay. I want the best, but I want to pay just few pennies. I want everything, but I don't want to carry that, to deal with that. So in a way, the condition of being not confident with myself is me not being aware that I sustain the duality, the conflict within me. Because I'm looking for something that does not exist. It's very frustrated to live on this planet, millions of years, who knows, as a human being, and looking for God, looking for enlightenment, looking for freedom, peace, wealth, whatever you call it. It's not the next moment. It's not separate from the next moment. But the moment I realize that I'm looking for something, it's just a reminder. I forgot. Because if I see what I'm looking to be confident, It's because I'm not here. When I come back to here and I ask myself, what is it that make me right now not feel confident? What? The air condition, the light, the feeling itself? I see that when the thought will arise, then the doubt about my confident level is start to be shaking. What you think about me, what the people that watching me right now think. I'm wise, I'm stupid, they love me, they don't like me. Do I get a lot of recognition as the best nonsense man in the world? Can I make money from it? Can I be an icon? Number one, the spiritual man. I passed Eckhart Tolle, Dalai Lama. Yeah, when I'm involved and sustain this kind of thoughts, I'm not here. Now there is an art to still using the thoughts because they are going through us and not identified with them. So I can still be here and yeah, thinking about next moment I need to do this and that. No contradiction. But is that the cause of the unpleasant, the fear, the doubts? Because if I did not forget who I am, and I remember who I am right now, I want to find the fear. Where is the separate before the thought come and say, you special is okay. You're right. I don't know about them. Before the thought appear and I identified, wow, it's true. You don't see I'm special? How can I sustain that? It's living in competition. And what is the game of this competition is constant to prove that I exist. So silly I am. Showing, or we used to call it as a children, show off. You see, I'm here. But do I really need to know that I'm here? Or it's obvious? I used to ask children, who are you? They used to do like face. I don't know. What do you want from me? What does it matter? I want pleasure. If you provide pleasure to people, they love you. They want pleasure. They want security. They want appreciation, approval. That's what people want. That's. If I know how to play the game, that people love me because they project, I provide what they want. No big deal. But who can play this game, which I know that I will never make them happy? The opposite. If I give a good reason for anyone on the planet to think that I am the light for them, it's completely confused. Yes, I can support them to turn the light within themselves. Yes, I can support them to put back their awareness to focus on within themselves. But I cannot help them. Everyone is digest their own food. So that's why we can be awake and realize, although that's all concepts and theory, but as long as I'm looking for something, don't think, I stop looking and then I will be myself. It's not like that. I hear it over and over. Just stop looking. Just be here and now. It doesn't work like that because as long as you're looking, use this energy for looking, but look where you are looking towards. And without you knowing, suddenly you, by another being that is conscious, it will turn the boat back to look within yourself. You want security? Great. You want money? Great. You want sex? Great. You need objects? Great. That's great. Let's use all what you want to realize yourself. It's just a tool. It's a vehicle. It's not a goal. We're just going to reach the goal to connect to the inner goal within ourselves. No need to separate that. Clarity.
Yeah, I find it really funny how when people are looking for attention, they're basically like, look, I'm alive. And they like want to ensure that everyone knows that they're alive. And for whatever reason that just hit me now, and it's funny. Maybe on that really quickly, why is it that we want to ensure from the outside in and get validation for us being here? Like we don't, you said that piece about just not
It's
recognizing your own aliveness.
yes, it's pity, we can say,
Yeah.
or it's upside down, but it is what it is. We are not gonna judge
Yeah.
humanity.
No.
Yes,
Mm,
humanity got lost in a way.
yeah.
Now it's the time to wake up, to realize that all the condition that I live my life, the way I speak, the way I think, the way I eat, the way I breathe, the way I move my body, the way I socialize myself, where, how, it's all sustained being dead while I appear to be alive.
Mm,
Okay? When people start to change their diet, they start to do exercise, they start to sleep less, speak less, no need so much objects to bring them out of the depressions. Everything start to wake up, and then if you had this experience not to eat for a few days, suddenly without food, there is so much reaction, but in the same time, something start to awakening. And people love
mm,
all these kind of drugs that bring them the sensation to the ecstasy. Wow, I'm alive. But it's just a reminder. So as long as we experience numbness, physically, mentally, emotionally, tired, wants to sleep, wants to escape from what is, then we need, tell me that you love me. I feel good. Tell me that you wanna support me. I feel good. I'm just inject some
dependent.
concept.
Yeah.
Yes, that, oh nice, I have a
Mm,
family. Yes, I reached the American dreams that all the world wants to achieve. Now I
the
tell
world.
people, I'm going to Hawaii. Wow, just this image of in Hawaii there is no pain. In Hawaii, everyone, like you arrive in the airport, everyone open their house, give you food, celebrate, whatever. It's a king. No, it's all a fantasy.
Mm,
And why we are so much invested in fantasies? Because many people believe that what else we can do in this sorrow life?
mm,
Let's imagine. Look how much chaos and and sorrow around us. So each of us going ourselves in the box and pretending that we imagine a better life.
mm,
And this is for me the root of the lack of being confident. We spend so much money and energy to work on ourselves. to go through a program to be stronger. But this is the wrong direction, the upside down direction. Go to the roots. What is the cause that I have a lack of confidence in this moment? Connect to that. The rest, it doesn't matter. The concept is gone. So the more we will do it moment by moment, naturally, even I want to be confident will drop because I want to be here. Can I handle this moment? Give me the proof. No. Concept will come. I could do it better. I can have more. Yes, yes. But is this moment is enough? Whatever it is? Of course. What is the question? There is no moment that there is not enough. According to my fantasy, different story. So we're working with the fantasy, with the thoughts, with the beliefs. And that's what I took from the meeting today and share with everyone. Take it in. Take the essence, put it into use. And yes, as you support me now to speak, I support you to listen. And as long as human beings exist, that's our gift, to remind each other what we forgot and live in peace. It's not so complicated. Just constant reminder in our imagination until we don't need to. Nobody needs to say, you know, you're Yigal. You know, you're a man. There is no reminder because it's obvious. I am that I am. Beyond all these labels.
I am that I am.
So thank you for all of you. If you have any suggestion, something that you want to point out, we will inform all of you what is the next schedule. Maybe for some of you it will be morning, some of you will be evening. But I think you and I is gonna be very close to the same time, or maybe 2 hours apart. So we'll see where is the feeding there. And I wish all of you the rest of the week perfectly all right, and be yourself. It's a gift that you don't need money, you don't need time, you don't need space. Learn to be with yourself beyond time, beyond space, beyond specific experience or person. Freedom is not a concept. Freedom is direct experience of oneself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Yigal. Thank you, everyone.